Hey folks, this is Dale from Growing Grounds. It's hot outside. It's hot, hot, hot. You need to water, 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 just like it says on the sign. Come on down and see so we can fix you up with everything you need. Today is a really hot day, 95 degrees. People are sweating terrible. You're just respirating like crazy. You're drinking lots of water. Your plants are having the same problem. They're out here in the sun all the time. They can't go inside with the air conditioning, and they're really respirating a lot. Now, a lot of people take a sprinkler and put it under their tree. A lot of people set up a sprinkler and run it for a half an hour or so. This has already been running for a half an hour. Closer and closer and closer. You'll see as I dig in the mulch isn't even wet yet. This is dry as a bone. When you run a sprinkler, it needs to run probably for hours. Set up a rain gauge, test it. It takes it 2 hours to get to an inch of rain. Do something like that. But running the sprinkler for a little while just gets the mulch wet. We need to run this for hours. Here another spot, dry mulch. Another spot, dry mulch. Everywhere I go, it's dry mulch. This needs to run for hours to do its job. If you have newly planted plants, the best thing is hand watering with the hose. If you have established trees, 3, 4, 5 years old, running a sprinkler like this for 3 or 4 hours once a week is a good idea. Get some moisture on your plants and make them feel better. Since it's nice and hot and sunny, we're not doing a lot in the yard. We're going to talk about crabgrass. A lot of people have problems with this. This is crabgrass. It lays flat out on the ground and it has a seed head that goes from this to this. It lays out on the ground. Crabgrass, you can pull it and actually pull the root out and kill it. If it wasn't so dry, it would pull better. You can use several different kinds of sprays, but this is crabgrass. It's an annual product. It's an annual weed. We can put a preventer on the spring, but now we have to spray it, and you have to spray it at least twice. Spray it once, it turns yellow, and then you have to spray it again about 5 to 7 days later. If you spray it once and don't spray it again, it turns green again. Then you still have to spray it 2 more times. So start the process and do it one right after the other. It's a good idea to water once between the sprays or before so the grass is actively growing. We're going to move over here to another clump. This is tall fescue. This one's a real problem. It's darker green, it lays out flat as well. Tall fescue, if you run your fingers along the sides of it, you'll feel the barb like little fish hooks. You can feel it rough. This is a perennial grassy weed. The only way to kill this is using something like Roundup that kills the whole spot. But now's a good time to do that. If you kill off your fescue and your perennial grassy weeds now, you'll be ready to reseed in September when it cools down and rains more. But July and August is a good time to kill off your perennial weeds and your annual weeds. You just use different products. So tall fescue, perennial, Roundup, crabgrass, special crabgrass killers. You have to buy the product, read the label, use it properly. And water before or 24 hours later. Water is another key ingredient. And that's what you do in the hot times of summer. Here we have another very common weed. It's called ground ivy. See, it's a little vine. It has a white flower. This is a broadleaf weed, and you use a broadleaf weed killer. Anything that says Trimec or something that says ground ivy. Spray this once. You might have to spray it a second time a week later, but a good watering in between, again, makes the weed grow better and the weed die better. Water is the key ingredient. Water before or 24 hours later to make it die better. Ground ivy, another broadleaf weed.